Hey, first grade, guess what? You ready? I don't look thrilled, right? I forgot my stuff for the treasure chest at school, and I just remembered that I had not recorded my treasure chest part of this week's library. So I don't have it to share with you, but I can share what I was going to have in it. I just won't have it to show you. In my treasure chest, I would have had either a picture with blueprints on it. Ever heard that word before? A picture with blueprints, or I would have had a pencil, and I may have even had a Lego building. Do you remember last week we shared, because we had rubber gloves and those graduated cylinders that described Ada Twist the scientist? Well, the same author has another book about another friend in Ada Twist's classroom, but he's not a scientist. Do you know what blueprints are? Blueprints are drawings of a building, about how somebody would build a building. And maybe I would have had a Lego house to share with you. That would have been an example of building something. So do you know, if it's not a scientist, what job the next character might be interested in doing? If Ada Twist scientist rhymed, and I told you the title of this week's book was Iggy Peck, the next word rhymes, and it has to do with blueprints or building buildings. Any idea? The title is Iggy Peck, Architect. And that's going to be the story when you move on to the next slide that I share with you this week. Do you remember how we described Ada Twist? What her character was like? She was a little girl. She had black hair. We could guess that her favorite color was probably red. She was curious. She asked a lot of questions. Maybe we described her as being a little brave. She wasn't really naughty, but she was messy. Do you remember any of the other words we might have described her with? Well, if you were an architect, what type of words do you think would describe that character? So be thinking about that as I share and move on to the next slide and enjoy the video of Iggy Peck, Architect. And then after that, I've included, I think, 2 videos about being an architect and what it's like. All right, move on to the next slide. I'll see you in a minute.